So, Alistair and Ethan are two of the best in my clan. Lord Raven, he former onager, just joined the Ballista clan as well. So this is three really good players from my clan plus one random in Garca Man versus Nova, who's widely accepted to be the best Forest Nothing player. Interkhaki was a cannoneer. He left his clan because they were inactive and created the Scorpion clan. And then he's with Atsi. Atsi is one of another player from my clan, and Sven. So there's basically two randoms that I don't know, Garca and Sven. We got... must have been playing as random civ, because Nova's not Celt. Nova always picks Celts. So we're just going to speed up until we get near the fighting. We'll go down the line. Franks, cheap castles, good paladins. They get bombard cannons and siege engineers. Interkhaki got Bulgarians. Actually, out of all of these, I think Bulgarians might be the best civilization. Bulgarians have a full siege workshop minus bombard cannon. They get attack for +4 or +5 melee armor on their militia line. And their town centers cost 50 stone, so he doesn't need to buy any stone, and he can build 3 more town centers. Lord Raven is Tatars. I like to call them taters. They're basically useless. They're a bad civ. They have strong cav archers, and they're good whenever you can fight from hills, but there's no hills on Forest Nothing. Not a very good civ for Forest Nothing. Garca Man is Byzantines. Cataphracts are super strong. They do not get siege engineers, but they do get bombard cannons and cataphracts. Cataphracts would be... like, a lot of people fight with infantry, and only infantry on this map. So, if you get some cataphracts out, get some trade going, get some cataphracts going, it is very, very strong. Atsi's playing as melee, so he can get to infinite two-handed swordsman spam, plus some bombard cannons. That's also a really strong play. Sven playing as Mongols. Mongols with their drill siege rams, drill siege onagers, Manudai behind some pikemen. Very strong combination and hard to stop. Ethan, Slavs. Okay. Slavs is one of my favorite, if not my absolute favorite civilization to play on Forest Nothing. Cheap siege, best infantry. As far as like champion v champion, Slavs have the best if you can get them in groups. And Nova. Nova's playing as Berbers. Berbers have bombard cannons. And I think they have champions. Do they have champions? Yes. So they got a really good start. Their two best players are on the flanks. Yeah, I would agree. Ethan and Nova are the top player on each team. Alistair is almost as good as Ethan. Here we see Nova's advance. Nova's one of... This is why Nova's one of the best. I mean, just... Look, he just opened his way to Lord Raven. Most other players are barely even No production buildings, just a couple onagers up. Some players don't even have onagers up. 1, 2, 3 players aren't even an imp. And Nova's about to attack his first player. Garkaman's still in Castle Age, so he's not going to be able to do anything. He can't help. Alasdair looks like he's trying to go straight for Lord Raven. Ethan and Inter look like they're on a collision course. Lord Raven's not even in Imperial Age. So Lord Raven is dead. There's no other way to say this. He is dead. So right now it's dropped down to a 3v4. Alasdair and Garkaman need to get together and find a way to fight off Nova, while Ethan needs to find a way to kill Interkhaki. Small base, 2 town centers. 5 town centers for Ethan. Slavs versus Bulgarians, so each person has a pretty strong siege civ. I would say Slavs is the stronger civ if they get a castle up and research Druzina. But Interkhaki also doesn't have a castle up to research the tech that Bulgarians get. Buganes, +5 melee armor for their infantry, or militia line. Slavs, Ethan's got some Slavic champions out. No upgrades on either onagers. Looks like Ethan's getting the best of the early fight. Killed most of the onagers on Inter's side. Still no castle. Still no castle. Alasdair is pushing to try to build a defense. Nova is slinging Inter to try to help him defend. Realizes if he loses Inter, he's going to be 2v1ing Alasdair and Ethan. This would be a good time for Ethan to introduce some rams and just start ramming his way into the base. And because no one is connected yet, with the exception of these two and these two, Nova slinging is going to slow down his advance, giving Alasdair and Garkaman time they need to try to save themselves. But as I see it, a couple rams, and this is even more over. Ethan's essentially killed Inter. So now we're going to see if Nova can kill the combination of Alasdair and Garka. Garka needs to get out a castle with some cataphracts. Come on, Ethan, where's the rams? Alright, Inter can no longer build villagers. All of his town centers are down. Get a couple siege rams out. Those houses go down. Alright. Inter's dead. We already knew it. It's just basically official now. He's got no resources left. 14 total population. Can't make anything else. So Nova's got to try to cut his way with onagers. And he's going to meet champions versus Frankish paladins. So that's going to be an interesting fight. Sven finally hits Imp. Last player alive to hit Imp. So paladins are going to kill champions pretty quickly. But Nova's got strong eco, a lot of production buildings. As long as Garca can provide some cannon fodder, it's going to be a lot of help for Alistair to stay alive. Nova probably would have already started fighting if he hadn't tried to sling Inter. Let's see, what is he doing? He should have gone that way. He's got nothing there. If Ethan comes in straight from the side, that's behind all the production buildings. Do Berbers not get halberdiers? Berbers do not get halberdiers. So, it is Nova versus the combination of Alistair and Garcaman. If Alistair can keep his paladins alive, this is going to be a really hard fight for Nova. Alright, Nova's making camels to try to counter the paladins. So Garca needs to get his halberdiers, which are completely unupgraded, in the fight. Ethan's going to start pushing in. Sven is basically useless. He got to Imp, but doesn't have a siege workshop. He's entirely useless. At least Garca has bombard cannons and is helping to knock down Nova's production buildings. Nova's lost a couple houses, so he has 275 max pop. Trees, siege are blocking his units from getting through. That must have been an accident. I don't see any reason why he would need that. Ethan still didn't research siege engineers. Maybe he realized that... Nope, Malay do get it. Never mind, I was going to say maybe Malay don't get it. Ooh. Okay, so Sven is... Instead of being completely useless, he's slinging Nova. I think it would be of more use to cut to him and provide military, because you have Mongols, which has Siege onager, drill ram. I think it'd be more useful to cut than to sling. No one has a ton of resources banked up. They've all been selling for fighting. Pikemen v. Pikemen. Garca still has no upgrades on his halberdiers. Now Alistair's built halberdiers. Halberdiers will counter everything that Nova's making. They're stronger than the pikemen. They will crush the camels. Nova's rebuilt his houses somewhere, so he's still near max 400 pop. Ethan's building as he goes. Atzi and Sven are connected. So, whenever people get 400 populations in games, it's gonna lag. Most players will lag. So this is what you're seeing. Lag. So 2 players dead for each team. Or 1 player dead for each team. 2 total. The best player on the northern team is about to start fighting the lower 2 players. The best player on the southern teams has been fighting and has been getting pushed back because paladins are better than champions, halberdiers are better than pikemen. Garca needs to micro his bombard cannons to hit the onagers. Nova is just trying to push some light cav through to try to drag the military back so he can advance. Infinite 2-handed swordsman versus champions. And he did put a castle up, so if you research Druzina, this is going to be a very bad fight for the melee. They need bombard cannons to snipe those onagers, or else they have no chance whatsoever. Nova's actually pushing back through the gap. He's got heavy scorpions and onagers out plenty. So Garca and Alistair are going to need paladins. They're going to need siege, bombard cannons, something to stop this. They both get bombard cannons. They just need to build them and use them. Nova's had no trade this whole game. They're still not connected. Atzi has made no bomb. Oh, there's a bombard cannon. 3 of his onagers go down. Sven is trying to help Atzi hold. And his bombard cannon is shooting halberdiers and champions. He needs to have that just consistently hitting. Over here, Nova's still pushing. Here you see, siege is what wins Enforce Nothing. You get a bunch of siege holding a gap, and it's really hard to fight. This is all of Alasdair's production buildings. If those go down, Alasdair is dead. Looks like Ethan is about pushed in all the way. One shot right there. Ooh. Okay, a lot of them still dead. So this fight would probably be over already if Nova just let Enter die and didn't try to sling him. Because Ethan would still be there, but Nova would probably have already killed Garca and be on his way to nearly killing Ali. Alasdair is requesting help. Ethan says, just hold if you can hold. I'm nearly killing these two. So on each side, it is a 1v2, where the top player on the other side. And now Nova looks like he's going to go try to help fight Ethan. So Nova is going to try to fight on two sides. And still has no trade yet. A couple bombard cannons, because of how these guys are stacked, could destroy. A couple siege onager shots, come on. Make some onagers. Alright. Alasdair's building more production buildings to defend himself. Ethan looks like he's running out of resources. Oh my goodness, this is just horrible quality. See, Alasdair yelled at Teal for only making one bombard cannon. This is literally as slow as I can make it. So, the lag must have been real whenever these guys were trying to fight. Whenever it lags like that, microing is impossible. Ethan's fighting a 1v2 on this side. Nova's bringing some bombard cannons, some siege onagers to help out. This situation looks pretty grim for the northern teams. Nova sending in some hussars to do some raiding, except they got stuck. There is a huge just blockade. Looks to me like Alasdair got tired of Garca Man signaling and just signaled a ton of stuff in Garca's base. Like, hey, shut up. Garca Man being not very nice, he called Alasdair, an idiot. Well, that situation looks better for Ethan. Decided to build some Hussars and attack economy. Garkaman resigns. So now it's 2v3. Okay. Purple disconnects. I mean, the lag is gone, basically, so must have been purple. Well, it's not completely gone, but it's much better now. So now it's a 2v2. It's still the best two players versus the best player in the game and not the best player in the game. So if Ethan can swing around and hit Nova from the other side, that should be enough to lessen the pressure on Alasdair, so Alasdair would be able to start pushing back from the other side. That's fine. What? I can't read lips. Sure. So Sven's not even near max pop. I don't know if he's just been slinging all of his resources to Nova, but he has, like, no resources. So it looks to me like Ethan's just going to walk right in. And Alasdair just unleashes the paladins that he's been saving. So that should be able to help Alasdair hold for a while. All of those paladins. While Ethan is just trying to push in. Because if they can make this a 2-on-1, that should be really nice. Ethan does, however, need to find and kill all of Nova's production buildings in Purple's base. They're still not connected, those two. See, Nova built some champions from those two barracks, which is why you need to find and destroy. Gray's base is now getting hit. Alasdair is pushing back. Nova's got food and wood, but no gold. But if he sells his 100,000 wood, he'll have plenty of gold. So it looks like Ethan and Alasdair are pushing on both sides. Gray's economy's looking really bad. Alasdair's pushed Nova back pretty good. Nova's got 2 buildings left over here, and they're both being rammed right now. Sven still slinging, even though his base is being overrun. Trying to give Nova one last gasp. I don't know why he doesn't just sell half of that wood. Bunch of rams. Scorpions. Nova's trying to fight on both sides. Oh, and we have 2 of Garka's halberdiers defending the farms over here. So premium, getting a premium price out of those lost from those units from the resigned guy. Yep, Sven's dead. He's trying to make some more barracks to help out as much as possible. Nova's being pushed at the top. And Ethan's pushing in on the bottom. Nova might be the best, but you still need a team. Alistair and Garka were able to hold long enough for Ethan to swing around. Looks to me like Nova's fighting a losing battle. He's not going to have the gold to be able to hold out anymore. No trade. His northern buildings are going down. Got nothing left on the bottom. Gray's buildings are mostly dead. He does have some the whole way there, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to hold out much longer. I expect him to call GG pretty soon. If he calls GG. I think Nova's attempt at slinging hurt him in the long run, because if he had been through Garkaman, he could have hit Alistair sooner. But instead he slung a couple thousand gold and some food to Inter, who did end up dying early. Yep, my kid agrees. And apparently a singing girl loves some crabs, so that's awkward. Nova's down to 200 villagers. Only like 40 military. Sven still hasn't resigned despite being essentially dead. I guess he did build a couple town centers back in the back of Nova's base. But he's pop capped super hard, can't build anything. I don't know why he didn't build a castle and research nomads, because if you research nomads, you don't need houses as Mongols. This was a very good game. There were a bunch of things I think the players could have done differently. Not slinging a Doom player. If Sven had been helping cut to Nova and helped him push, instead of slinging Nova, get some trade going, they would have pushed straight through Garka and Alistair. Purple disconnecting actually probably played a large part Because purple was putting up a good fight, and then all of a sudden purple was dead. So Nova calls GG. So if purple hadn't disconnected, the result might have still been the same, but it would have been more drawn out. Or purple might have been able to hold out long enough for Nova to go through Alistair. Because whenever Nova had to start fighting on both sides, that's when Alistair was able to push back. Nova with the most kills and the most units lost. Alistair and Ethan both lost around 1,500. Only those three killed more than 1,000. Most food collected goes to the Slav player. He received 31,000 sling. Lord Raven sent out all of his resources before he died. Nova 24-minute imp, and he killed Lord Raven by like 30 minutes. A lot of villagers. Yeah. Alright, good game.